Hello and welcome. So I'm going to show you around the Blume Method app today. You're going to see on your My Blume page, you have your notebook, Academy, which is where our professional development lives, My Blume for your account information, information on the Blume Method theory, and our Help Center. So we're going to go into detail in our Academy section in a few minutes, but for now I really want to show you when you go into one of our districts in your notebook and how you collect data and create goals. So you're going to see on our front page here, we have this great snapshot of how many students we have, how many goals we've created, things that may be due today or things that are past due. I have reminders of who's coming up next for collecting data. I can automatically create some goals. I can look at things I've created already. This is a good little overview. And then in this area to the right, we have our calendar that has in here programmed who needs data collected when. And then really it all lives over here on the left side of the screen where we have our home, we have our caseload, we have some goals, observations, different measurements, and our AI companion, which is a really great new feature that we can also talk about. But for now, let's get to the real heart of things, which is collecting data. So when you're on the home page, you're going to see the plus sign at the bottom. If you click on that, you can automatically start collecting data. So right away, we're going to ask, how are we collecting data? I think, we're likely doing an observational note, but we could have all these different ways that we're collecting. You can put in other. For the sake of today's example, we're going to do an observational note. I'm going to click one of my students, and right away math pops up for John because that's an area of need for John. That's either been identified already or it's been identified through collecting data in the app. So I'm going to click on math. We found that basic operations division is a real challenge, is going to be one of John's IEP goals. And right here it's suggesting accuracy and latency for data collection. Depending on the skill, different areas here, types of data collection are going to be recommended. For now, we're going to do accuracy and latency for John. Those are things that he's working on. So we can put in exactly what we're seeing. So maybe his accuracy today, he got 10 out of 12 problems correct. Maybe it only took him 5 seconds to get started today. And that's really all we need. That's a point of data. So were accommodations provided? You could say yes or no. So you can put in, was there presentation data changed? Were there, setting accommodations, timing? So we have a whole gamut of things you can choose from there. Modifications, same thing. You can click in and you can check off what kind of modifications were used. If you have used accommodations or modifications in the past, those will come up as suggestions. And then we're always going to collect, or hopefully we're trying to collect prompting data each time, because this is just another really great important area to collect to see how independent our students are. So let's say John required 2 visual cues today, didn't need any other prompting during the lesson. This is real-time data, we hope. So right here, it's automatically putting in the date and the time right now. And we have, let's say the observation was 10 minutes long. Here you can click the setting. So I'm going to put in gen ed classroom, but you can do special ed classroom, put in other, wherever the student was, and click submit, and that is it. That was collecting data. So now we have another data point in John's file, so that since I've collected lots of great data for John, I can now create him a goal that's based on all of the things that I've already collected. So you can see here, we're going to start collecting MTSS data and goals as well, but I'm going to click on IEP goal. We have John as our student. Math is his area of need. Basic operations is the skill we're working on. This is the goal period, the 1-year period. Here we can put in how are we measuring over the term, over the year. I'm going to say maybe some rubrics, observational notes. Done. Here is our targets. Where do we want him to be at the end? So right now, the baseline is showing 83%. Let's try to get him to 100. Or maybe we want to get him to, 95%. Latency, 5 seconds now. Let's see if we can get it to 3 seconds by the end of the term. It's going to automatically give us our baseline based on our data, our goal, and our benchmarks. So just like that, we have actual data-driven baselines, goals, and benchmarks for you to copy paste right into your whatever system you're using for your IEP creator. And it is just that easy.